Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 283 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic, back and better than ever. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is a Two Player Co-op Podcast where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. Damn, Derek. 16 years. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where for $1 you become a booster where you can get the podcast live one day early every week. For $5 you become a producer where you get a bonus episode every month. $10 makes you an affiliate where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as our best friends are right now. For $20, you become a partner where you can choose a bonus episode topic and record it with us if you so choose. And some of our patrons, damn it, deserve a shout out, just like our affiliates, James Solar, Sarah Solar, John Tingley, and Derek Bamford, all in the chat. Thank y'all. As well as our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Vernon Slayton, and Dustin Downs. If you really like us, you really like Dustin. And I know that.
I do. Yeah. I love Dustin.
But if you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. Sean.
Yeesh.
Do you have anything you want to talk about? Did you watch Sonic 2?
I've not watched Sonic 2 yet.
Did you watch Top Gun? Because I'll kill you.
I did not.
Okay, good.
But I'm way more, like, I already wanted to see it. And now after everybody's like,
it's like the best movie ever.
Yeah. So I'm definitely want to see that. Definitely. I watched Obi-Wan, the first two episodes.
I heard there's something that's kind of controversial given what just happened with younglings, I assume.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I watched it before. I guess they've since added a warning
disclaimer,
or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's doesn't really give anything away. They start episode 1 with some more
66
footage, whatever. Yeah, of
execute
Order 66, and one of the Jedis more or less sacrifices themselves to protect the kids. It's like, oh, this is bad. And everybody's got blasters and stuff. I'm like, just watching that, I was like, this doesn't feel right. And obviously, I mean, they had already recorded it. It's just a horrible timing for them, obviously, but yeah, it's just weird to watch. But that aside, good. I'm liking it. Okay. I'm kind of bummed.
It's only
there's only 6 episodes. We're already a third of the way done, and not a whole lot. I feel like both the first 2 episodes are here's what this is about, and so now they've got 4 episodes to do it. So I don't know. I'm glad there's no more time for fluff. I think these next 4 episodes are just going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it. Haven't watched Stranger Things. Haven't watched Sonic 2. I think I got what is probably the big, reveal, or not reveal, but I had part of Sonic 2 spoiled because of what they said is going to be in Sonic 3.
Oh, well, yeah.
And so I'm like,
but I don't even. It doesn't matter. That does not matter for the actual movie.
Exactly. And I'm like, you did Tails, you did Knuckles.
There was.
I don't know what else you can do. I kind of figured if there was going to be something, it was going to be that. Yeah.
That's what I assume, and that could still happen. But
right. Yeah. But anyways, I saw Sonic 3 looking to cast a big name actor to voice.
Oh,
person.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, person.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
But, what else? Memorial Day. Not happy. Had a barbecue over here yesterday. I won a big game of basketball right out there.
Not a game of basketball, a game of horse.
Yeah, basketball.
Okay. Okay. We should live stream 1v1, me and you, with me going old man strength on your tall ass. That would be fun. I don't know how we would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean goes, because he knows I would win. Yeah.
Yeah, had some good barbecue.
I did good. Right?
What? Oh, the food?
Not basketball.
Yeah, not basketball. Yeah, it's good. Good times. Everything else is about what we've been playing, which we'll hold off on.
Well,
yeah.
Before we get to that, Sony announced this week that on Thursday, July 2nd at 5 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, really?
I will be taking
at least it's
my
after
daughter to her dress rehearsal for her dance recital. So I will have to remember to bring my AirPods so I can watch it there. But State of Play is coming this coming Thursday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, I think is the time. I could be wrong, whatever. What they said will happen is it's going to be 30 minutes long, reveals from third-party partners, and a sneak peek at PSVR 2 games. I will say they did call this a State of Play. This is not a showcase. They've been very clear in the past, the future of gaming, summer showcase, blah, blah, whatever they called it, whatever. This is a State of Play. That being said, watch Curb. Predictions. Now, next week, we're going to do our whole big, summer game fest, summer of gaming, summer games prediction. I got to figure out what the hell to call this thing so SEO picks it up. But as we stand now, we don't know if they're going to do an actual showcase at some point this summer. We have to assume they will. But let's go through some quick predictions for the State of Play.
I got a few. They're probably all pretty common across the board as far as what people are predicting. First, I will say, I know they've already said PSVR 2 titles. We get a release date, and it's December. Well, this year, I'll say.
Wow. Okay.
I'm trying to will it into existence.
But Horizon is a launch game. It has to be.
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
You want to keep going?
No.
Alternate? Okay.
Okay, so I wrote some stuff down, but then I was like, wait, State of Play, third party, PSVR 2. Okay. I didn't write this down, but I'm going to say it. Colin and them were saying it's way too early. You don't say it now, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say it, and you might say this as well. There's a tease that
Half-Life 3.
Half-Life Alyx.
Oh, I was close.
Half-Life Alyx is coming to PSVR at launch. I don't think you have to wait. I don't think this is one of those things where it's like what Colin and Chris and Dustin were saying. It's like one of them predicted, I remember who, but they're like, yeah, but you don't need to say it this early, and they could be cannibalizing sales on Steam and whatever. I didn't fucking hit record.
It says stop recording.
Does it? Okay, I did. Okay. All right, bleep. Okay.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Why would you not? I think this is one of those things where you want to say it as early as you possibly can.
Yeah.
To tell people that, look, PSVR was cool. We didn't have all the games. We know that. But at launch, you're getting Alyx. You're getting Horizon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they even say at launch, but I think they do something with Half-Life Alyx is coming to PSVR 2.
Is this whole I don't know if they're considered third party anymore. This wasn't one of my predictions, but I don't even know if it makes sense. If it can happen, again, I don't know third party. I don't know what they are right now. I think we also see Astro-Bot 2.
They're first party.
They are first party.
But they
now.
did say a focus on PSVR 2. So,
yeah.
The other thing, please God, yes. Also, give us a full game not on VR. Because Astro's Playroom was amazing. We get a trailer that is very gameplay focused on Final Fantasy 16 and a spring 23 release window.
So I was thinking 16.
I think this falls too packed.
I was gonna say this year, but I think I'm just trying to will everything into existence. I think spring is more likely.
Yeah.
Because this year, I do think God of War is coming. Ragnarok is coming. I don't think it's this year.
Oh, by the way, John in the chat, you should do a review of all the quote-unquote leaks after the State of Play. By the way, I hope nobody got fooled by that fake Nibel tweet today. There is no PS5 version of Bloodborne coming or a PC release, all this stuff. There's a fake Nibel account. Did you see this?
Yeah.
It's like
I saw
one
it way
letter
after
off,
the fact.
one letter off or something, and I was like, I don't think that's real, because I would have gotten like, and then they linked to a PS blog post from like July of 2015 talking about DLC for Bloodborne. I'm like, okay, you jackass. Okay, whatever. What I want to see, I don't think it'll happen, because I think if it happens, it's going to be at Summer Game Fest, and I don't think it's going to be exclusive this time. That was weird.
Exclusive.
I don't think it's going to be exclusive this time, but what I would like to see after they botched, you could not botch a reveal of a game as bad as what Capcom did with Street Fighter 6.
Yep.
I would love to see some gameplay of Street Fighter 6. Now, I picked this in the last round of our fantasy draft that we did. There's no way it's coming out this year at this point.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but I think if they do it, I think that's more of a big, like, a Jeff Keighley thing where Capcom shows Street Fighter 6. And again, I don't think it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation this time. It shouldn't be. We've talked about that on here forever, whatever. I would love to see Street Fighter 6, but I think we're like a week and a half away. Well, I mean, from the time this airs, about a week or so away from seeing Street Fighter 6 is what I think.
So one of mine was Street Fighter 6, but I don't think gameplay. Maybe just some more, I don't know, like B-roll type, like stuff from the game, but not gameplay, I guess. And then what I would say is they play off of the logo because of all the bad press. At the end of it, it's like SF6. Yeah, and it's like SF6, and then it explodes, and then new logo. I think it ends like that.
I would love if they went back to the font from Street Fighter 2.
That would be cool.
Now, I'm not saying like VI. Well, I mean, that could look cool too. Actually, you would have to. A 6 would look weird with that font, but whatever. I would love to see that. The other things I know they're saying third party. I know they're saying PSVR 2. This game was rated in South Korea, as we talked about last week. There's merch for this game coming out in September. I'm to the point now where I definitely think that fan is loud. But I also think, like you just alluded to, I think the end of this State of Play, the one more thing, is another trailer for God of War. More story-focused, because now everybody's like, oh, the gameplay looks the same. Oh, my goodness, how could you do the same animation when he's going to get on a boat? Story-focused trailer, September something release date, God of War Ragnarok. Thank you for tuning in to State of Play. I'm calling it. It's happening. I know. We all know that we should not get our hopes up for State of Plays. States of Play. It's got to happen now. It's been rated. There's freaking merch coming out. teespring.com/2playercoop store/whatever. It's coming at this point. They did the accessibility thing for it. Again, you told me about the whole the analysis of when you talk about accessibility features and when something comes out. It's coming out this fall. We get it. We get and it might even be a short teaser, and then they do another one at Summer Game Fest. I don't know. I'm going against everything my brain tells me, and I'm saying that we get a release date for Ragnarok at the end of this thing.
Maybe. I've got one more, but
James, I know I do it to myself.
I'm going to revise. So my Final Fantasy 16 prediction, I wasn't really counting this as a separate one, but what I forgot to say, kind of tacking on to that. Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, like big time trailer
And then,
release date. And then just a little quick snippet after that. Some kind of reassurance. No gameplay, no release date, but like
Stay tuned.
7 Remake 2 is coming, or something. Just a little like, don't worry, we're working on it. We don't see any. Maybe we see something, but like, not that it's anytime soon. But I think they have to.
Well, no, I think it will be soon because Square has said, well, not Square, but Nomura has said that, like, hey, stay tuned. Next month is the 20,
well,
what year
is
it?
Yeah.
25th anniversary. Get ready. So, yeah.
The other thing, my last one is because I think we've got to. It's been
James. I know PSVR 2 and third party does not mean God of War. I am aware. I'm just saying at this point, the cat is basically out of the bag. If it's coming out this fall, you have to start getting people hyped and getting people pre-ordering and all that crap. Unless after this they're going to be like, hey, 2 weeks from now we're doing a showcase.
Right. Yeah.
Then all bets are off. But yeah.
So my last one, just because it's been too quiet for too long now, I think we see some type of gameplay or at least footage of RE4 Remake. Which I'm still not entirely convinced is even happening.
Oh, it's 100% happening, yes. Yes.
I mean, I hope
they're not going to remake 5 or 6 because those games suck and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
4 Remake is happening. I think we see it this summer. I don't know if it's here or it's Keighley or whatever.
I think that's probably that will probably be the Keighley show, but whatever. I'll throw it in here.
We love the Keighley verse. We definitely see it this summer. Yes, 100%. Let us know in the comments what your predictions are for anything related to State of Play so we can all be wrong here in a few days. Sean.
Yes.
Star Wars Celebration, or whatever the hell it's called, was this past week. We found out that The Mandalorian Season 3 is out February 2023. We got a trailer for Star Wars Andor, and I was like, okay, well, that's they're not like, really? Okay. And then I get a tweet from Wario, and it's like, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the name, and we got a teaser, and it's coming next year. Current gen and PC only. Hallelujah.
Yep.
I feel like I'm right back where I was when the hype, when like the lead up to the original game Fallen Order was happening. I was like, I'm way more excited for this game than I am Rise of Skywalker. Now, the game did not blow my socks off. It was 100 times better than Rise of Skywalker, though. Just seeing this and seeing little what the stupid droid's name? BD-20, or was that the movie?
BT-1?
It doesn't matter. Seeing that, seeing Cal, knowing that we're going to be playing as the same character, continuing the story 5 years after it happened, I was like, thank you. Like, it's the worst kept secret ever. We all know that. But it's real. It's happening. It's current gen and PC only. What are your thoughts on Star Wars Jedi Survivor now that it is officially official?
Something about it, like, we knew it was coming. We don't really know much other than a name than we knew before. But just seeing that little teeny tiny bit, my hype level is probably way too high. Because
my hype level is too high for the first one. BD-1. Thank you, John.
Oh, BD. I was thinking BT. It could
you should play Destiny.
Be the game of the year. First one could have been. It wasn't. Lots of weird issues with it.
It was James' favorite game of the year.
I think they fix all that.
Well,
fewer sliding parts. They got some
less
stuff to
Uncharted
fix,
4.
This has game of the year potential if done properly. I know they say the first one was kind of Soulsborne-esque.
It was.
That's a bit of a stretch.
That was a big stretch, yes.
I kind of hope this one is more like lean into it. If that's what you were kind of wanting that first one to be, go all in with this one. Like, lean into it. It doesn't need to be like an actual Soulsborne game, but like have the combat be more good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it. it's got Game of the Year potential. I wasn't a huge fan of Cal. I just think he's kind of gooberish. And he's still obviously Cal, but I think he just looks a little more polished or something. He doesn't look as goofy. I'm in. I'm
and it's
very
the guy,
excited.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's the guy that played what's-his-face in Gotham that became Joker. What the hell's his name? Something Monahan?
Cameron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cameron Monahan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Mission Impossible. I wonder if that's Michelle Monaghan's son, maybe? Who knows? Michelle Monaghan was Tom Cruise's wife.
I think they're like the same age, so I don't think so.
She's like 55. I don't know that. I just made that up.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. I don't either. James in the chat, they said it takes place 5 years after Fallen Order, like I said. So it takes place during the same year as the Kenobi show.
I was wondering, like, is there any chance we get Cal showing up in... Because, spoiler alert, Obi-Wan is basically all about, like, trying to kill off all the Jedi. Like,
right.
There's not many last...
Finishing off
There's not many
66,
Jedis left, and, they're trying to find them all. So, like, Jedi Survivor...
Jerome. Thank you, John. That was his name in Gotham.
Oh.
Before he became Joker, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. That has crossed my mind.
I would say 99% sure Kenobi shows up in the game. He's not showing up in the show. Obi-Wan is showing up in this game.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool, especially if it's Ewan.
Yes. We love Ewan.
We love Ewan. Yeah, my big thing, stop the sliding. Mm-hmm. Again, Uncharted 4, I love that game, but the sliding got out of control. It got out of control in this. Don't do that stupid-ass map again. I hated that map. I was like, I don't understand. Apparently, James, let me know if I'm correct or wrong, that apparently it's kind of similar. I've heard people say it's similar to the map in Metroid Prime, the whole 3D.
It's very similar, but, like...
I never knew what I was doing with that map.
Like, I would have to, like, and then be like, okay, I'm set. Like, I get it now. I see where I'm at. It just took forever to, like, orient myself. But
then maybe don't
it's
have
tough to
levels
do
that are that vertical. Something like there's some.
I think if the game was less vertical, or at least had more defined levels. That way your maps are just 2D and you can like kind of say, here's second floor, third floor, rather than trying to do the 3D thing.
If you can just go click, click, click. Yeah.
But the 3D thing, like I get, because weren't they trying to do like it was a hologram from Beat? Like I get it. 3D maps are just tough to do.
Immersion and everything is fine until you can't use the map. And I will say, one of my favorite games of all time, God of War, horrible map. Not because of that reason, but just
the other way.
Horrible map. Just all
worthless.
Flat. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Voiced by Ewan McGregor. I didn't have any issues with the map. Similar to the ones in Prime. Well, there you go. All right. I was right. Thank you, James. Yeah, it was awesome and shameless. I don't even know who we're talking about anymore. Oh, Jerome, the Joker. Okay. So yeah, I am so excited for this game. I'm happy it's current gen only, excuse me. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to play this game. I hope it lives up to my hype more than the first one did. Again, it was like my number 5 game that year or something. I don't know what it was because that was 2019, I think, right? So that was Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2. Maybe it was higher than number 5. I can't remember what else came out that year, but I'm excited for it. All right, Sean. It's the time of the podcast where we get to what we have been playing. So, Sean, would you like to extol the virtues of one man named Dustin Downs?
Yes, but first.
Okay.
I didn't tweet it out.
You just did, I assume?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was looking up Cameron Monaghan. I had to make sure that Michelle Monaghan wasn't his mother, and she's not.
Okay. They're probably both fake names anyway.
Got a new platinum, not Dark Souls.
My name is...
No.
I didn't either. I should have. You don't even know what the freaking game is?
Astro-Bot.
Oh, you did it.
And the reason I didn't tweet it out is because you don't get good screenshots from VR.
Oh, my God.
It's just like shows the game like a screen, like it's just what I was looking at when the trophy popped, but it's just a big trophy right in the middle of the screen. No words,
weird.
no nothing. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay.
But I did get the platinum on Astro-Bot.
If you had focused, would this have been like a 5-hour platinum, I assume?
It was not very difficult. So by far the worst part was all the little optional challenges, like the Challenge of Olympus or whatever. It's that kind of stuff that you unlock, and it's like either get from here to there
in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and it's jump, dodge, do, like obstacle course type things, or beating the bosses again. And I don't know if they were like.
This fan off. I'm gonna kill myself.
I don't know if the bosses were more difficult or if they were literally identical to the first time, but you had to beat them without getting hit. That wasn't terrible, except the final boss. That one was tough. And then the other one is like getting points.
Derek, my name is me.
Which is like shooting things or whatever. Some of those were pretty tough. You had to get like gold, so like high score, quickest time, whatever. And that was the bulk of the work, really. Other than that, it was beating the game, and like in every level, there's your other little Astro-Bot friends that you have to like rescue.
Like
and there's one chameleon per stage that you got to find, and it's basically just you look for it. Like you might make a jump, but if you turn around and look down, well, there he is. He's hanging out down there, and then whatever. But it wasn't too bad. It was a lot of fun. That game is so much fun. Maybe the best. I mean, obviously it's different because it's VR, but I think I had more fun with the boss fights in this game than almost any game I can think of, just because it's like you're there. It's like you're there, man. So God, it's so much fun. I haven't disconnected my VR yet because I'm considering getting Moss
2. Yeah.
Seems like Moss 2 is like maybe digital only. Like I can't find. It's like $40 to download.
I mean, at this point, probably, yeah.
But I can't find it on Amazon. Like I was trying to just see if I could buy it physically for maybe $20 on sale or something, and I can't find it. So I don't know if it's digital only. I do kind of want to play it, but $40 seems a bit much, even though I think I would love it. I loved the first one. So we'll see. I think the next time I disconnect my VR, it'll be the last time. So
John in the chat, did you ban Sean's iPad? No. We went over to my parents' house for dinner tonight. My wife's out of town at a conference, so the parents made us dinner, and he was just too. He was getting his tan on and stuff, so he didn't.
I just didn't feel like bringing it. I burped. But yeah,
that's the first time you've ever been concerned about a burp, and no one heard
wasn't
anything. Even. Every time you're like, "Well, Kevin, this week I've been playing,"
and then no, it was one of those like reverse burps where it's just like
it was just a.
Yeah. But yeah, so I finished Astro-Bot.
Good.
Can we even talk about the one thing? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Okay, so I'm going to write it down. Here's redacted. So we have been playing a game that is redacted. If you're in the chat right now, you can ask us whatever. I'm not going to say what it is, but you might be able to guess. So we're playing a game that is redacted. God willing, we're going to get a review up Thursday at 10 Eastern, where you will get all our thoughts on it. I will say I like it, but I don't love it.
Yep.
And I think we will save the rest of our thoughts. It's really, when you compare it to what came before it, it is a huge leap.
Yeah.
But it's not what I was hoping it would. It's not a bad game. It's a good game.
It's pretty much what I expected. Better in some ways, worse in other ways, but more or less what I expected.
Yeah. So you will get our full thoughts on Redacted Thursday, June 2nd. Second at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and then you can go from there. John, I cannot comment on that. Thank you for asking, though, and I do appreciate it.
That is a super good guess, though.
It's really good. After this, we're going to go bake a cake, and hopefully it'll be done by Thursday.
Back to
Dark
the homie,
Souls. Can you just get this damn platinum?
I'm working on it.
I beat.
So,
did you play anything else, or is this it?
No, this is it.
God Almighty.
Dustin Downs,
James, I'm aware.
Friend of the show.
They didn't say I had to make my profile private, so yes, you're right, James. You know,
the homie Dustin Downs did me a huge favor.
Yes.
Signed on to Dark Souls 3 with me. Let me kill him a bunch of times to get this thing that I need. It
and
is
it saved you like 15 to 20 hours. You
probably,
said,
yeah.
My God, this stupid game. What is wrong? I know I bring it up every time you talk about platinums, but you literally went from platinums are the stupidest thing ever to I'm just gonna. Hey, can anybody help me just sign in my game?
Well,
so
it's how they get you. Like, I need to do a better job of researching platinums before I dive in.
But then you also run the risk of spoilers if you care about the story. But Dark Souls, no one cares about the story.
And so I had gotten far enough, and because I did look up what some of the trophies, like what do I need to do to get the platinum? I just don't think I realized how
bad it is.
Yeah, this part. So there's 4 things that I need to collect 30 of. With Dustin's help, I've now completed 3 of those 4, and on the 4th one, I only have 10 left, and they've been going pretty quick. Lee. Then I think there's 2 or maybe 3 other things that I need to collect 10 of, so those will fly by. Once I'm done with those, it's basically, okay, start New Game Plus Plus, do a couple things. I actually need to play through the majority of it because there's rings that you can't get until New Game Plus Plus that I need to get, but that's easy. Once I'm done with this collectathon, I'm done with this game.
Derek says, live, die, repeat.
Yes, pretty much.
That's this platinum.
So yeah, I said it a few weeks ago that I was going to have it by the end of May.
You also said you could beat me.
Well, yeah. Well,
you were
I don't think
how quick are you going to get Elden Ring? I was like, I can get it this week.
I don't know that I said.
You didn't.
I thought I could.
We didn't like put money. If we put money on it, you would be like, I'm taking the week off.
I'd be like,
work.
I'm going to get this done. But yeah, I played more Dark Souls. I haven't really platinumed it yet. I did get a trophy though.
Wow.
For what Derek did, it got me all of the
pyromancy. Derek, Dustin.
Sorry, I just saw Derek.
I know.
What Dustin did.
Thank you, Derek.
It got me all of the pyromancies, but I have not collected all of the.
I love pyromancies.
There's like 2 other things that are also
Flickamajiggers?
Flickamajiggers and thingamabobs, I think.
Widgets.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lots of widgets.
But yeah, slowly but surely. It was so nice just to get a new trophy in that game.
You're like,
because I'm
progress.
one step closer.
God. Have you checked your time yet?
Yeah, but it's garbage. It's like 250 hours or something. But so much of that is because I just left it running.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to screw up my gameplay for the year.
You're
Number 1, Dark Souls 3, 250 hours.
Number 2, 2016.
Well, number 2 will probably be Final Fantasy 10.
Well, yeah.
Which is probably 150 or something. Number 3 is probably Elden Ring, probably around 100. And then number 4 will be something that's probably like 20 hours.
I still smell like the grill.
I still smell like Riley.
I don't.
She was all up in my face and I had to like push her away. And then I was like, oh no.
Our parents' dog got in the pool and she just
smells
stinks
terrible.
like crazy.
But yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's
Folks.
all I've played.
It's all good, man.
It's all good, man. What have you been playing?
Sean's brain loading. Derek, how do you do that in the chat? That looks amazing. I am so old and not technologically sufficient. Whatever I was going to say. I've been rewatching Better Call Saul. I'm up into season 3 now, episode 3, I think. But besides that, speaking of 3, all this talk about the PS Plus collection. I tried. I don't know how to talk like a New Yorker, even though I'm from New York. It's wicked hard.
Watertown.
Yeah, it's wicked hard. The games I want to play most, first off, PS3, streaming only. That sucks.
Is this the game that you told me you're like, there's a game that I'm going to do? Okay.
So I was like, I'm sick of this. There's a game I've wanted to play for the first time in 9 years. And I was like, I'm not going to get PS Plus. Even if I did, it's not on there. So I unplugged my PS4. I stole the power plug from that because the power plug for my PS3 doesn't work. I found my DualShock 3, which, man, can we talk about that controller here for a second?
It is now just a toy for Kira.
It should be. That thing sucks.
It's so light. It feels so cheap.
I plugged it in. I did all the updates. It took forever. I don't know how to navigate this friggin' menu anymore. I'm like, how do I play a game? I started playing the game, and then it's like, there's no speech. There's like half the sound effects. What the hell's happening? Close out of this. Go to my audio settings. I'm like, it's got to be something with the stupid... This system is like 14 years old at this point, the one that I have. I'm like, it's just broken. It doesn't know how to read my soundbar or something. So I go into the audio settings. I finally find where they are in this stupid XMB. I set it to auto, boot the game back up. They start talking. I can actually hear them now. I'm like, okay, cool. And I can hear, okay, thank you. Great, cool. So I would have played a lot more if it wasn't a very busy week. And then we got review codes for Redacted, and it was Memorial Day. And now my wife has left. Well, she hasn't left me.
And my wife has left me.
She left me. I would not be podcasting if she left me. She left me to go to conference, so I've got 4 kids by myself. And we're trying to get as much of the way through this game as we can before we talk about it on Thursday. Something in me, I don't know why. Don't look at the chat because they probably looked at my profile. Don't look at the chat.
Okay. They didn't.
I'm rewatching Entourage after watching
I'm rewatching Entourage.
What the fuck was that?
Michael Scott saying it. Entourage.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I got the PS3 updated. I found the disc. It was up here in that drawer because all my PS3 games are in there. I forgot they were just buried in that drawer over there.
Yeah.
I opened up the special edition.
Okay, so I was right.
What? Metal Gear.
Is that it? When you said the first time...
Which one?
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I was thinking 4, but are you going to say like HD collection or something?
You got to guess.
4.
Yes.
Okay.
So I booted up Metal Gear Solid 4.
When you said first time in 9 years, I'm doing the math. I'm like...
The only reason... It may have been sooner than that. I've only gotten like 6 or 7 trophies from this game, but I got the one... I got it showed up on my profile. And I was like, I wonder even if a PS3 game is going to show up on my PS app. It does. And the trophy that I got is you broke off something important or whatever. It's when you get up in the first level, you go to the statue and you like duck down and you grab the naked dude's D and you keep grabbing it, and it goes crunk and you break off his D.
I don't remember that.
But you get there and Snake goes like, oh. It's like there's like 2 dudes, but he's the missing dude and he grabs the D. And if you keep grabbing it, letting go, this is so weird. You keep grabbing it and letting go, then he breaks the D off, and he's like, what? And I got a trophy for that. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 4. I didn't know that I would ever play this game again. And again, the DualShock 3 sucks. I used to defend this. I will say this. I've never held an Xbox 360 controller in my life. I did one time because we had it at AT&T when I worked there, when I was playing Guitar Hero and stuff.
On the controller?
Shut it. We had controllers too. And I actually got one from AT&T and I sold it for $100. I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, I probably should have kept that, but whatever. The DualShock 3 sucks. It is so tiny. And it's not just that it's tiny. The controls, because this was back in the era where, at least on PlayStation, I cannot speak to Xbox. On PlayStation, if you were playing a Call of Duty game or any kind of shooter, it wasn't hold L2 and then R2 to shoot. It was L1 and R1. That's how Resistance was. It's how Call of Duty was. And when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, because Kojima did not give an F at this point, he was like, whatever, I'm going to turn this into Gears of War, whatever. That's a third-person shooter now. Nobody cares about stealth, whatever. Okay, go do it, whatever. Holding L1 to shoot and R1 to... holding L1 to aim, R1 to shoot sucks. Even on that stupid little controller, it's so backwards.
It's better than kind of holding square and then pushing square all the way.
So one of the reasons people were... Because I was like, can I use my DualShock 4 to play this game? And everybody's like, well, no, because there's only certain games you can use the DualShock 4 on the PS3 with. And I think
I
a
didn't
lot of
know you
times
could do it at all.
I think a lot of times it comes down to the pressure sensitive buttons, which the DualShock 4 and the DualSense don't have. I don't think it really matters. With the HD collection, it does. With, like you were saying, the aiming, barely push square, circle, whatever it was, whatever. Not great. Whenever you save your game, if you load it, it does track how long you've been playing. One good thing. I'm only into Act 2 at the beginning of Act 2. I said lots of missing sound effects. So what was happening was, again, like I alluded to, there was nothing. Like,
wait, so did what you did fix it?
It fixed it.
Okay.
But before that, I was like, is my disc broken? I don't know what the hell is happening. The gecko would jump down. It would just go, it'd go, moo. And then Snake would go. And then they're chasing me up a building. They're like going through the walls and stuff, climbing up, and they're going. I'm like, I can't play this game. What the hell is happening? So I fixed it, whatever. But it was so weird. L1, R1, okay. It's Metal Gear Solid, Gears of War is what I said. I love Kojima. I love his cutscenes. I love all that stuff. But even just to get from the beginning of Act 1 to the beginning of Act 2 where you actually play, so many cutscenes. Like, you play for 2 minutes and then it's like, okay, now we got a cutscene, whatever. And then it's like, no place for Hideo on the box. I'm like, Kojima clearly did not give an F. The fact that this game was like a 93, 94, whatever on Metacritic is crazy. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. The first time I played it, it definitely was a 10 out of 10. Years removed, it is not. Also, when you start Act 2, do you remember the cutscene when you start Act 2? Because you're going from the Middle East to like the Africa to go find Vamp shows up.
Yeah.
To get Naomi and all that. Do you remember Snake during this cutscene to start the level? He goes and he's got his octo camo and he's like, and he lies down. It goes, wow. And then he goes, okay. And then he goes, and it looks like he's having sex with the dirt.
What is he doing?
Huh?
What is he actually doing?
Sneaking, I guess. I don't know. They were showing off their animation, whatever. If you look it up, you'll see it and you'll be like, what the hell is he doing? He's having sex with the dirt.
So the opening of Act 2?
Act 2 opening cutscene. One thing I will say, I forgot there's so many times where a cutscene, when it's over, it transitions. Like sometimes it goes to a loading screen. But then there's some times where it goes from the cutscene directly, like the camera kind of pans. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking at. The camera kind of pans, and then you go from cutscene right into gameplay. And that was super cool, especially back in 2008. You know?
Yeah.
But this game is so, like, there's no color. It's so bland. Snake is old for some stupid reason. Yeah, just wait for it. It's just not good. The beginning of Phantom Pain is a slog. Then you have to play it again at the end of the game. Hold on. The beginning of the Phantom Pain in the hospital is amazing. Then after that, yeah, I've got issues with it, especially Chapter 2, but yeah. Sonny, do you remember Sonny in this game? Olga's kid? This is Snake. Do you want some eggs?
Yes.
And he's like, oh, this looks like something crawled out of a rat's ass, or whatever he says to her. I'm like, first off, you're being a jackass. Second off, she's really annoying and she kind of deserves it. Do you see him having sex with the dirt? Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
The act names make no sense. This game is just something that, like, you see it. And he's just, look, am I doing it right?
It's pretty spot on.
I don't know. I look at, and they zoom in on his ass. Look at him. Like, there's no one around. He could have just crawled, or he probably could have crouch walked. I don't know why. I don't know what I really think that Kojima, he said he was done. Message retracted. What'd you retract? Kojima has said he was done with Metal Gear after 2, 3, and 4, and then now he's definitely done unless something happens with Sony and Konami. Who knows? But, like, When I played through this game the first time, he's old because of Fox died. No, I know he is, but like, it just like, we played as Solid Snake that we know one effing time in MGS1. MGS2, you play with him for 30 minutes. Then you're riding. Love that game.
Spoiler.
Freaking amazing. Okay, yeah. The 21-year-old game. Amazing game. Metal Gear Solid 3, if you're like me, you thought you were playing a Snake. Spoiler alert, you were not. Then 4 comes around. Oh, you're finally going to be Snake again. Guess what? He's old and he's like, oh.
My back.
Oh. Like, and that's why anybody that tries to tell me that like I agree, Solid Snake, okay, we should wrap this up. Solid Snake is a way more, what's the best word? Altruistic? Is that the right word? Character than Big Boss is. Solid Snake was the one that really truly interpreted the boss's will correctly. We want to rid this world of nukes. We want to rid this world of evil. We want to leave a legacy of good behind us. Big Boss, Zero, Ocelot, all of them, they misinterpreted the boss's will. Snake got it right. He was the one that followed her path. But Big Boss is an infinitely more interesting character than Solid Snake. So anybody that tries to say Solid Snake is like a better character in the whole of the series than Big Boss, I don't want to hear it. Metal Gear Solid 4. Also, I'm on the final day in Firewatch. James, yes!
Oh, yeah.
I think I got, John says, got to the first Meryl cutscene in MGS4 and never played the game again. I would not blame you. And then she's like, oh, he's not my dad. He's my uncle. Oh, that womanizing whatever, blah, 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 blah. By the way, that all works itself out in the end. Oh, my God, that game. If I did a top, maybe 50, definitely 25, 30, maybe even 40. I don't know that it would make my top 40 PS3 games of all time. I don't even know why I'm playing this game.
I couldn't even come up with that many PS3 games.
Oh, I could. I will find 39 games that are better than Metal Gear Solid 4. And when that game came out, the funny thing, when it came out 2008, 2008?
2008?
June 12th, 2008, fact check me, 2008, Noah was 5 months old.
That's when it came out?
Yeah. June 12th,
Wow,
2008.
so I got it right when it came out.
June 12th, 2008. We were up visiting mom and dad. I had ordered I can show it to you when we're done, the special edition with the making of whatever thing. And it got delivered to GameStop, not my house, because I was like, we're not going to be here, whatever. And I can remember on June 12th going out and reading IGN's review of it on the internet. Apparently we had it back in 2008. I don't know how.
The internet?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? That you could go, no, but I'm joking, but I'm also like, the fact that it seems like 2008 was forever ago, but you could actually go to IGN.com and read a review on the internet, not on dial-up. It feels like we were still in dial-up in 2008 is what I'm saying. But then I remember when I got back a few days later, I avoided all spoilers. I'll never forget when I got to Act 4. If for some reason you want to play this game and you care about Metal Gear, you probably already played it, but I will not spoil. Act 4 of this game is the only thing that saves it. That's what I had. Chills. But yeah. I don't know that I'll go back to it, but...
That was a lot of time talking about a 15-year-old game. 14.
I wish I picked up the MGS4 PS3, though.
I don't even remember that.
Metal Gear?
Metal Gear.
All right, Sean, you want to get news of the week?
Wait, so that's all you've played? Besides?
Yeah, that effing game. And Redacted, yep. I didn't go back to Elden Ring. I'm not going back to... I was so close to deleting it, but I kind of do want to... I want the kids to try a new game plus and just see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to get news of the week?
Yes.
All right. So we got a lot of updates on PlayStation this week. Let's get right into it since we're 49-something minutes in, and I talked about Metal Gear Solid 4 for way too long. All right. We got a lot of updates on PlayStation from their financial results and conference calls and interviews and all that crap this past week. So let's go through it all. PlayStation will have 2 live service games. Stop watching Metal Gear Solid 4.
I'm not.
I'm messing with you. They will drop in fiscal year 22, which does not include Destiny. Okay. I'm not. Now, one of those could be like Gran Turismo VR. And it could be factions.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan has said that the recent acquisition spree focusing on inorganic growth is not at all finished. Quote.
End quote.
Well, I didn't say the quote first, but that's the quote. It's not at all finished. So, I don't know what I think. The fact that he talked about inorganic growth makes me think it's something we would never even think of. It's not going to be Capcom or Square or Sega. I don't think Sega would sell. It's not going to be Konami because they've got all their... The only acquisition would be acquiring the IP of Metal Gear, Castlevania, whatever. Contra.
Yeah.
But it's not at all finished, so we'll see. Now, speaking of the state of play we talked about earlier, it was confirmed that the PSVR 2 will launch with 20 or more games from first party and third party. Horizon Call of the Mountain was shown on the presentation that was shown to investors. Do we agree that this is a launch game for PSVR 2?
I think so. It's pretty much the only game we've seen. So I would be shocked if it's not a launch game, but there's 20 others that are like... It's got to be one of them.
Part of me wonders if what they're...
20 plus launch games is insane.
Yeah. But it could be like Beat Saber and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
What do you mean? I'm messing with you.
I'm just...
yeah.
I want Super Hot 2.
Yes.
Yes.
But no, the reason I hesitate was like, I think of like Overwatch 2 should not be a thing. Maybe Super Hot 2 doesn't need to be a thing. You just keep adding on to it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I am really interested to see, and we'll see what happens at State of Play, but what Call of the Mountain actually is. Like,
I don't think there's... I'm going to say I don't think there's any action, but it's probably like Link's crossbow training. Just like... But, robots, not targets, but yeah.
One of the things I just thought about as I was saying this, I wonder if... I don't think we know this for sure, but I kind of think that they delayed the release... Not Sony. Nintendo delayed the release of Breath of the Wild to get the Switch ready and get enough made and everything so they could launch it in March. That game seems like it was ready forever ago before it came out. I almost wonder if they're like... This game's ready to go, but we got to make sure, and there's reports saying that they're going to start ramping up production and everything second half this year. I wonder if they're delaying, if they're not delaying, but sitting on Horizon Call of the Mountain until the PSVR 2 is ready.
Like, you think it's ready to go already?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
Sony has said that by 2025, they will be their dollars of investment will be split 50-50 with both existing and new IP. I really like Link's crossbow training.
I never played it. That was Wii U, right? Or was that Wii?
I think it was Wii, but I never played it.
I never did either.
I
think it was Wii. Because I remember the nunchuck. Yeah.
I like this, but I'm also like, a lot of people get like tired of sequels and everything, but like, I will say I want to see Naughty Dog do something new. Once The Last of Us remake is out and Factions is out, do something else. God almighty, don't give me a part 3. If you want to do The First of Us or The Rest of Us, okay, kinda. Don't laugh at me. They can easily. I'm thinking
Xbox. Festivus.
Oh, for The Rest of Us.
The Rest of Us.
But like
The Last of Us, The First of Us, and the rest of us.
But like, I want to see. There's a lot of rumors going around that Guerrilla, well, but this is not a new IP, but that Guerrilla might be working on SOCOM, bringing that back. That could be one of those live service games. I want Horizon 3. I'm not as high in Forbidden West as I wanted to be, hence the fact that I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 4 instead of going back and getting the Horizon Platinum. I'm torn. Would you want to see more new IP from first-party PlayStation studios? Or would you rather have them stick with what with the God of Wars and the Uncharted's and the Last of Us's and the rest of us and the Horizon and, and I'm not SOCOM, bring that back. Ratchet, we're going to get a Rivet game, I assume. We're getting Spider-Man 2, we're getting Wolverine, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
The fact that they've pretty much knocked everything out of the park, I'm totally okay with new IPs. Part of me is like, of course I want more Spider-Man. Of course I want more Horizon. Of course I want more God of War. And the list goes on and on and on. But I'm also confident that, yeah, they could do something brand new, and it would probably also be awesome. So I kind of like the 50-50. Like, I want both. I want them to keep doing more of what they're doing, but I also 100% trust them with just coming up with something brand new.
Horizon was the last new IP, right? 2017. Because Detroit Become Human, that was second party.
What about, like, does Ghost count?
You're right.
That's first party.
You're right. It's Ghost.
That was probably the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, like, Concrete Genie, whatever. But, like, that's a one-off. It doesn't matter, but, yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I like that game. I got the Platinum. Did you ever go back to Platinum Miles Morales? Yes, I did, James. Yes. Yes, I did. And Sean did it before me, I'm pretty sure. Sony is saying that they will be done with PS4 games by 2025. Hallelujah. Pass the Tylenol. But that's 3 years away. But what I think this means
like
is...
by the end of 25 or by the beginning of 25?
I would assume the end. But what I assume this actually means is they're going to keep putting out MLB The Show every year on PS4 until they're like, we can't do this.
But I hope that's it. It does seem like more and more titles are like current gen only. We're not calling it next gen anymore. It's here. It's been here.
Yeah.
Current gen only. So
I will say this. This is my prediction. I think that God of War Ragnarok is the last big first-party release that comes out on PS4 and PS5. Last of Us Remake will be PS5 only, period.
It has to be.
Horizon 3, PS5 only. Spider-Man 2, PS5 only. Wolverine, PS5 only. Whatever Housemarque does, PS5 only. Whatever Bluepoint does, PS5 only. I really think this just means like they will still be getting... Call of Duty will be on there every year until no one's playing it.
Is Final Fantasy 16 on PS4, do you know?
At this point, it's been so long, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Sony's also said that PS5 demand is higher than PS4. PS5, when it is available to actually be bought, they're averaging 1,000 units per minute. The PS4 was at 6 units per minute.
But, I mean, that's...
By Derek.
Not easy to do, but, like...
No.
That's supply and demand.
James, no, I know. Concrete Genie was 2 years... No, I know. You're right. Yeah. I said it was Ghost of Tsushima.
But, like... If everybody wants it and there aren't any, and then it's like, here's a few, of course they're going to get, when available, 1,000 per minute. If you average it out, it's probably like 1 per minute because they're just never available. So,
no, but
like,
it's the same thing. When they're actually in stock at retailers and able to be sold, the PS5 is getting swept up, whatever that percentage is, quicker than the PS4 ever did when it was actually... Like, I remember when I got...
But what does that mean? PS4 is 6 per minute. Over the life of the PS4... At its highest in that first year, like, where does the 6 per minute come from?
I don't know, but I mean, you can't buy a PS4 now even.
Well, is anybody trying to?
No.
I'm just saying, I think that 1,000 per minute compared to 6 per minute is cherry-picked and artificially inflated. I don't doubt the PS5 demand is higher, but
I think it's definitely
that's not the
manipulating
right
stats.
Yeah.
Yes. Jim Ryan also said the PS5 will be Sony's, quote, biggest platform ever, end quote. No, it will not. It will never be bigger than PS2 was, period. Do you agree?
I mean, if it means
million?
by sales, it's not going to hit that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, our social media engagements, Jim Ryan with your controller upside down. Hey, guys, would you like to play the game?
I don't remember that.
There's a picture of him holding... He's like... It's not upside down, but he might as well be. He's like holding it like this, and he's like,
really?
Hey,
I gotta look this up.
I can't even put it into words. They also said PS5 stock shortages will stabilize and return to the PS4 momentum by 2024. Did you find it? That one? There it is. You found it. Hello, gamers. That's every time Dustin's like, hello, gamers. He's like, I like PlayStation. Playing with my DualSense trademark controller. So stock shortages should stabilize and return to the PS4 momentum by 2024. I would hope so. They have aggressive growth plans for both mobile and PC. PlayStation actually predicts that PC revenue will more than triple this year. So a lot of people are saying there's some big games coming out to PC this year. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But as far as PC sales go, Horizon Zero Dawn has sold 2.39 million copies on PC for $60 million. Days Gone, 852,000, 22.7 million. God of War, 971,000 for $26.2 million. Also, by 2025, half of the releases from PlayStation will be on PC and mobile. I don't like that. The PC thing I don't care about. The mobile thing, I'm like, I get it. It's money. You get whales that you do a free-to-play Uncharted, never-ending runner, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like the PC. I don't care about. Everybody should be able to play these games. I don't care.
Right.
Well, not Xbox, but just because you bought Activision. But PC, I'm fine with. Mobile, I don't like that.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
But also, if they're getting live service stuff, like maybe they're like, oh my God, can you imagine if Faction is on this freaking thing?
Yeah.
We also found out that Horizon, Gran Turismo both have... Well, Horizon has a series in development at Netflix. Gran Turismo is apparently getting a movie. Why?
It's racing?
Right, but no... That is such a specialized game.
That's stupid. Yeah.
Right. And, of course, God of War is getting a series on Amazon for some reason. 10 total IP will be getting film or TV adaptations. So those three we just mentioned join the likes of Uncharted, The Last of Us, Twisted Metal, Ghost of Tsushima, and others to be announced. Twisted Metal, I don't get this. Poor Captain America. He's the star. Why?
Really? I missed that.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be driving around in a freaking clown car with I don't get it. I don't get it.
That does not seem right.
Horizon 3 won't be out until 27, so I hope it's not. Well, with Sony, you never know. Last year, free-to-play games accounted for 25% of all spend on PS4.
That's like Fortnite.
It's Fortnite. It's Warzone. It's Apex.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess.
No, PUBG. I can't remember when that went free-to-play. Did it go free-to-play yet?
Just recently.
Yeah. So it wasn't that, but it's probably those three. And apparently 72% of PlayStation subscribers are satisfied with the new service. I don't really know that I believe that, but anything you want to pick out there that I didn't talk about already, Sean, or that we didn't go into more details on?
I don't know how I feel about all these TV movie adaptations.
Can you picture
the
just
precedent
make them
is
animated?
not that,
just make Castlevania with God of War and Horizon. Then I'm like, okay, cool. But they're not doing that.
Yeah, it's not gonna... I mean, what I will say is a lot of these have failed in the past because the stories weren't really there. And so they just take a game and they try to shoehorn a story into it to make a movie or show, whatever. God of War, Horizon, not Gran Turismo, Uncharted, Last of Us, Ghost, these all have awesome stories that should translate to film, TV, whatever, pretty well. But I'm not excited as of right now for any of them. Resident Evil should also work very easily.
Well,
and they've tried 18 times now, and it's just never very good. So
that CG movie wasn't horrible.
That was probably the best one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
For some reason, I am excited for The Last of Us.
I want
it to be so good.
Yeah.
God of War, I don't see it. Horizon, I don't see. Again, if they would just do an anime like Netflix Geeked is coming up in a couple weeks when the Summer Game Fest is. I wonder if we get the new Castlevania trailer.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That would be freaking awesome. Oh, even if it's not out this year, I don't care. That would be awesome.
Was Castlevania last year or was it 2020? Has it been that long?
I think it was last year. I think it was 21.
Was it?
But time means absolutely nothing now. So, last item I got here on the news list. Apparently, Xbox turned down a Spider-Man game from Marvel and Insomniac. This comes from VGC. The head of Marvel Games has revealed how Xbox turned down an opportunity, to make licensed games shortly before Sony made a deal to make Spider-Man on PS4.
Revealed? In
an excerpt from Stephen L. Kent's 2021 book, The Ultimate History of Video Games, Volume 2, Executive Vice President and head of Marvel Games, Jay Ong, explains how the company cut its earlier deal with Activision short in search of a better partnership. According to Ong, Marvel Games wasn't happy with the quality of Spider-Man games being published by Activision, and the two companies mutually agreed to terminate their licensing deal early. Ong said that when the deal was made to walk away, Activision asked, quote, "What are you going to do with this IP after you get it back?" End quote. To which Ong replied, quote, "I'm going to find a better home for it." End quote. According to Ong, Activision's reply was, "Good luck finding your unicorn." Ong said Marvel Games then went to both Xbox and PlayStation to see if either of them would be interested in forming an exclusive partnership, asking them, quote, "We don't have any big console deals with anyone right now. What would you like to do?" End quote. Microsoft's strategy, Ong recalls, was to focus on its own IP, and as such, it decided to pass on the offer. Sony, however, was more receptive. Quote, "I sat down with these two execs from PlayStation third party, Adam Boyes and John Drake, who's married to what's-her-face?
What's
Andrea.
Good? Yeah.
Yeah. In a conference room in Burbank, Ong said, "I said, we have a dream that this is possible, that we could beat Arkham," I love that they mentioned that, "and have one game at least, and maybe multiple games that could drive adoption of your platform," end quote. Sony reportedly responded by offering to make a AAA PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man game and handed the project to Insomniac, which was independent at the time but was considered, quote, "one of Sony's most important partners," end quote. The resulting game, Marvel Spider-Man, was widely critically acclaimed and reportedly went on to sell more than 20 million copies, with its spin-off Miles Morales selling a further 6.5 million.
It's pretty good.
For basically I'm not going to say it was DLC, but it
was not a full...
Yeah. 2021. I was right.
Okay.
In the U.S., Spider-Man is now one of Sony's most successful video game releases ever in terms of dollar sales. Insomniac recently announced Spider-Man 2 with a teaser trailer, blah, 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 and they're working on blah, blah. Venom's, they're doing mocap. No cap. This is just like, it was a slow news week, obviously. Luckily, we were able to fill the time with Metal Gear Solid 4 talk. This is one of those great what ifs. Like, I would rather, if I was a PlayStation fanboy, which clearly I'm not, I would rather Sony spend $229 million on Insomniac after Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Than buy Activision for $68 billion. Can you imagine if Microsoft would have just said, "Let's do it"? Like the trajectory. Now, Sony would still own Ratchet, so they couldn't make Ratchet games. That's Sony owns the IP, whatever. But if Spider-Man came out on Xbox instead, Activision is now, or not Activision, God, Insomniac is now owned by Xbox. They've got Spider-Man. They get Wolverine. They get Spider-Man 2. They get Miles Morales. They get Sunset Overdrive 2. It is just, I think this is just, it's not a big, I mean, I don't know.
And the fact that Xbox was like, yeah, we want to focus on our own IP.
What IP?
Halo.
What do you have?
Gears. That's it.
Everything else you bought.
Right. And when was the last time, other than Infinite, what have you done with either of those IP? Like, when was the last Gears game? 5. When did that come
Gears
out?
5.
20.
James, if you're there still, let me know. I want to say it might have been 29.
I don't say 2018.
When was that weird? Yeah, when was that weird E3 where they like went into the basement? Remember that? Oh, during their E3 presser, they did this weird thing where they were showing Gears multiplayer or something. Remember, we were like, oh, it was all CG, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then when they stopped showing it, they went back to this camera that went like down through the stage and into like this sewer or whatever, and that came up was like, "Hey man, I'm here with these cool Twitch streamers are playing Gears of War multiplayer." But like, it's just like John says, I hope Wolverine is the last Marvel licensed game Insomniac makes. I will say, I don't think so. I think we're going to get Spider-Man 3, and I think we both can assume what's going to happen in 2. I hate it.
I'm not ready for it. But yeah.
I'm not. It's going to break me, but it's got to happen, I would assume. And then Wolverine, I just can't even picture what that's going to be. But I will say this, John. Outside of those two IP, Gears 5 2019. Thank you, James. I knew you'd be there. Outside of those two IP, yeah, let's not just turn Insomniac into a Marvel studio. That I agree with 100%.
Right.
I don't need a freaking Gambit game.
No,
or a Silver Surfer game. Like, you know, like, I don't need a Fan 4-stick game.
Right. I'm trying to think of what else.
I mean, X-Men, but I don't even know where those...
Yeah.
I assume Marvel owns the rights to those now, too, when it comes to games. I assume, but I have no idea. So I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, I just want to talk about it because I think it's one of the great what-ifs of the last 5-10 years in games.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Sean, let's get to the wrap-up. We got a release date for Modern Warfare 2, the second one, : It's out October 28th. This was interesting to me. October, not November.
It's almost November.
But they're getting scared off of God of War going 11/11/22.
Yeah.
Price, Soap, and Ghost will be returning, and apparently the beta is coming first to PS4 and PS5. Super freaking weird, since Microsoft is buying these dudes. So my prediction of this game being on Game Pass, I might not be right. It might be like one of those things where it could get even more scrutiny from the FTC. So maybe I shouldn't have even predicted that. But if it's not on Game Pass, I'm going to buy this game. I love the Modern Warfare reboot. I thought it was one of the best, probably my favorite Call of Duty since Black Ops 1. So we'll see where it goes.
So I don't see it on here, so I'm going to bring it up now. Did you see this thing? And I don't know. I think it was confirmed. I don't think this was just a rumor that Indiana Jones isn't even going to be Xbox exclusive now.
Really?
Yeah. Supposedly. I mean,
from Machine? I think it's Machine Games, right?
I don't know. It's Bethesda, but I mean...
Right, but I think it's Machine Games under Bethesda. I think it's Machine Games, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm happy because I think that could be awesome. I mean, you would have played it either way.
Well, this whole thing... Yeah. This whole thing with, like, EA selling themselves, it's like... My kids are playing the piano really, really loud. Just playing two notes over and over again. Like EA, I don't see them selling themselves to Xbox or Sony. And even if they did, it's going to be like Bungie, where whoever buys them, the way everything is right now, you're going to have to be like, yes, Madden, FIFA, or whatever the hell, EA Sports, FC, college football, whenever it comes out, blah, blah, blah. They're coming out and everything. So why would you even buy them? It would make sense, I guess, for NBC Universal to do it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Take-Two did officially complete their $12.7 billion purchase of Zynga. Bazinga.
That's crazy.
Jeff Keighley has said that we should expect fewer third-party showcases this summer. Yeah, I would agree, Jeff, because I don't think anything has been announced.
Yeah.
So we all got to tune in to the Summer Game Fest a week and a half from now. Raven has voted to become the first U.S. video game union. Cool. They have 25 people or something. I think everyone should be treated fairly. I don't know if unionization is the right path. That's all I'll say. Unions in this country make sense for certain things.
Did you hear that explosion last night?
I didn't, but I saw it on Collierville Watch. But then somebody over here was like, and Jess was like, what? And Jess was out there sitting on the...
yeah, there's like, it sounded like fireworks, like... And then maybe 15, 20 minutes later, one big... boom.
Everybody on Facebook was talking about the boom. I didn't hear it.
Really?
But I heard the because it was like right there. I was like, it's Memorial Day and it's not even Memorial Day yet. Why are you setting off fireworks?
And it wasn't
Memorial
dark
Day?
Yet. Like
it was weird.
Yeah.
But Jess was like, should I come in? I'm like, I don't think somebody's got a friggin' street sweeper in our cove, but you never know. We got some updates on the PS Plus service. Classic games will get a CRT filter and they will be up-resed. However, a lot of those games are running at the PAL 50 hertz version, which means they run at 25 frames per second, which sucks. Also, it's not even just 25 frames per second. If you watch Digital Foundry, these things suck. And Sony, why do you just do the bare minimum? It's something about they went with the PAL versions because they've got baked in more language support or something. I'm like, just do it right. I don't understand. Dino Crisis and Resistance Retribution, that game's on PSP, look to be coming to PS Plus Premium. Ape Escape, Wild Arms, IQ, and Hot Shots Golf are getting trophy support, and they did update and say that trophies are optional for devs. I can't remember if I talked about that last week or not. These games will have separate trophy lists on PS4 and PS5, so if you would like to play Siphon Filter and get the Platinum on your PS4 and then do it on the PS5, you could do that. PS3 streaming games will not support any DLC. Not surprising because Sony. Extra and premium games can be played offline after you download them with a weekly validation, so I guess that's one good thing.
Yeah.
Have you thought any more about premium, extra,
I'm
whatever?
almost certainly going to get the middle.
The extra.
The extra, yeah.
Or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Sly Cooper 5 is rumored to be announced very soon per rumors, like I just said. Did you ever play Sly?
I haven't played any of them.
I haven't either. They're supposed to be good. Returnal looks to be the next PlayStation game coming to PC, according to a Steam database listing. I think this makes sense. I think we're going to start seeing first-party games that come to PC coming more quickly after their release on PlayStation. I don't think it'll ever be day and date. I don't think The Last of Us Part 3 is going to come out on PS5 and PC at the same time. But Returnal, especially being able to play that game with mouse and keyboard, that game huge, game will blow up on PC.
Yeah.
There was a lot of reports going around about Sony overcharging for stacked subscriptions and discounted PS Plus subs, but it was all due to a technical error. Sure, Sony. You got called out. Night, John.
See ya.
We got some updates on the new Witcher game, which we assume is Witcher 4. Research began last year. Pre-production started in Q1 of this year. The team has over 100 devs so far, and Unreal Engine 5 is helping with efficiency. And I will add as a note there, also it looks freaking awesome, so I'm sure it's helping. Steam Deck repair kits are now available from third parties if you would need that. Hogwarts Legacy will be getting adaptive triggers, haptic feedback. The DualSense will also show your house color. It'll have fidelity and performance modes on PS5.
Cool.
I don't care about this game, and that's not because of J.K. Rowling. I just don't care about this game.
No, I don't care about it because it's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That being said, it kind of looks cool, but I'm just like, it doesn't look that cool.
Lord of the Rings Gollum is coming out September 1st. Again, not for me. I love Lord of the Rings, but like, I don't care about the Amazon show. I never watched The Hobbit. I don't want to play it. My brother. I lost it. I went with the face. Forspoken has been rated in Europe. It will include microtransactions, so that sucks. But the fact that it was rated makes everybody think that it is actually going to come out in October.
I need it. Huh? I need it for my draft.
I assume that's a wait and see game for you. Because for me, it is.
It's not, yeah.
If it's 85 or above, I'm like, okay, let's go. But that's also the month that Gotham Knights is supposedly coming out, and I've got my eyes on that, so we'll see.
Right.
TLC, Chinese manufacturer
TCL.
of... What'd I say?
TLC.
Oh, don't go chasing water. Falls. I don't, isn't that what they do?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I was wondering what you were doing.
They have said that the PS5 and Xbox Series X Pro versions will be coming in 23 or 24. A lot of people are saying it's more like 24 or 25. I'm
sure they're coming, but like, I don't.
I love my PS5. I don't feel the need for a Pro.
No.
They want to come in here and get one of the controllers. Where are we at? Bloober Team was apparently offered a Saw game, but they chose to make Blair Witch game instead. And now apparently they're making Silent Hill. I don't know how that's going to go. Sidebar. McGill.
I want
you to not do that.
Saw
VR?
PSVR game.
No, you don't.
I think.
Did you ever get to? Did you get to that part in 7?
Which part?
The house.
Oh, no, I don't think I ever. I didn't even get to the.
You didn't even get to Marguerite,
house,
right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I ended up. I know I fought Jack when he kicks you down into the pit, and you get like the
With
scissor
the
chainsaw
bodies flying,
thing.
or the punching bag, whatever.
That
it
may
is.
have been the last thing I did, but I think that's pretty much the end.
I would have taken it off and thrown it against the wall in that.
It was it was terrible.
Yeah, you do not want to saw a game in VR. You are such a wuss. There's no way. Hangar 13, this sucks, has laid off a bunch of employees in the U.S. Those that are left are working on a new Mafia game, which could be a prequel, and a new tennis game, which I think is a Top Shot reboot, is what somebody was saying. The Callisto Protocol is no longer set in the PUBG universe, and supposedly it's still coming out 2022. So this is like a horror game. So why would you set anything in the PUBG? What is the PUBG universe?
That's not. It's just
there's
a
a
game.
map. It's the Stone Cold movie. Remember that? Where it was like the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games, starring Stone Cold. That's the PUBG universe. It's just people killing each other until there's one person left.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I never saw it.
I didn't write that down here. I don't know what just made me think of it.
I gotta look it up now.
No Man's Sky got its 20th free update, which includes space whales.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue with space whales. Sega is teasing an announcement for June 3rd. The 2 dudes that are involved were the same dudes that announced the Genesis Mini in 2019. Sean, are we getting a Saturn Mini?
The Condemned.
The Condemned, thank you. That
Like
sounds like it could be a PUBG
It's
game.
a bunch of like prisoners or something.
Or like a PUBG DLC or something.
Right. Saturn Mini?
Yeah. They're not going to do a 32X Mini. We know that. They already did the Game Gear Mini, which was these things that are like this big. Do you remember this? It was only in Japan.
Uh-huh.
They're literally smaller than this Stream Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck. They were this small, and there was 4 different versions, and they all came with different games. So they would force you to buy all 4. It was like a key. It was literally like that big.
Dreamcast Mini?
There's no
obviously
way.
I want Saturn. But like
I think most people would want the Dreamcast.
I think more, yeah.
But I think it would be way. I don't know how you emulate the Dreamcast.
The weird controller and like I don't know how much you need to use the screen, like the weird little
the memory,
the
whatever
chip thing. Yeah.
The V. What was that thing called? Oh my God, VRR. It was something stupid like that. Not that's variable refresh rate. What the hell was it called? The Tamagotchi thing that you plugged into the controller.
I just don't remember what it's called.
I don't know what it was called.
But like Saturn Bomberman,
World Series 98.
Panzer Dragoon, probably. Yeah,
World Series. It won't happen.
Legend of Oasis,
Sonic 3D Blast, Street Fighter Alpha 3, whatever. But I've got the collection, so I don't care.
Yeah.
X-Men: Children of the Atom.
Oh.
I would buy it just for that because I don't have that on anything, and that game is freaking awesome. Marvel vs. Capcom or Marvel, whatever, Street Fighter, whatever it was back then. Put both those games on there. Resident Evil, probably. You don't think so?
I mean,
I'm not saying I want it. I'm just trying to think of what would.
But I would want it. I don't know that it.
There's an idea for an episode. Yeah, we'll stop now. But you want to see it, right?
Oh yeah. Now I do hear fireworks.
I don't ever remember hearing fireworks on Memorial Day. Maybe because I was always drunk and I was passed out by now. But
possibly.
Well, no, because we usually do our cookouts Sunday. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Hopefully we get a Saturn Mini. Switch Online this week is getting Congo's Caper, Rival Turf, and no, look at me.
Pinball.
Wow. We're not getting shot at. Those are fireworks.
What do you think of? First thing you think of when you think of
King
pinball?
Karen's house,
Okay.
obviously, yeah.
Yep.
Pinball, if you have never played pinball on the NES and you have Switch Online, I guarantee, like, I know a lot of people, now the dogs are going to go crazy the rest of the night. A lot of people don't like pinball games that are not physical pinball, and I don't know enough about pinball to speak on that. All I know is that what they pulled off with pinball on the NES in the black box in like 86, 87, whatever it was, is phenomenal. And we are going to kill my dogs, but we had so much fun playing that game growing up.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yes. Do run. And last but not least, PS Plus games for June appeared to have leaked, including God of War, Naruto Boruto Shinobi Striker. That is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Obviously, I don't need God of War. I own it. You own it. If you want to play it, you've got it. Whatever. But Naruto Boruto, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, if nothing else, if that's
I would
on
play
there,
Nickelodeon. That would be a fun let's play.
Stupid let's play.
Dibs on SpongeBob.
Okay. Dibs on killing my dogs. All right. That is it for episode 283. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're going to be back next week. I don't know how much news there will be, but it does not matter because we will do our non-E3 predictions, hopes, and dreams for 2022.
2022.
How have you done your prediction?
No, because I'm waiting for this showcase or whatever. State of play first.
Yeah. That's it for this episode. I'm going to go kill my dogs. But until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.